if you have an iota of concern for this state, there would not have been a silence.
Haga Porshi Tengsanya, Haga Jinkan Jajam Kamir, Bakajing Li Kaying Dobar Thawan Kuri India, La Yang MP Ka Manipur, Bimol Akoijam, Ban Pinsawai, Ka Sur Ka Bajam Gajangu, Halor Ka Jing Yaki, but Ka Jing Shah iehbein Ka Jala Manipur, Haga Sorkar NDA, Lalam Kamat Da Ka BJP. Kublai Parlok ni priang sngobha ya phi sashi sin pacha kani ka jing batai lingkot ka jongi bat minta ka ganti ngi kren halor ki jing batai ba ki jing pinksan ya ki nya ki jutang da ki MP ka lok sabha halor ki mat ki bayade ba ka than shatei lam mihngi kham tam ka jing ki hapo Manipur. Dang Shen u MP ka Manipur u Bimol Akoijam u la kren ya ki ni ki kentien ha ka ying dorbar lok sabha.
Is this silence communicating to the people of the Northeast and Manipur in particular that you don't matter in the Indian state scheme of things?
Ti uni Bimol Akoijam. U angka mocha Bimol Akoijam u de MP ka seng Congress, but ula sha jet kum u riu de khot jang ka Lok Sabha, haka ni election ka badang shudep hadin bula pinrem no ya u thau na jam Basanta Kumar na ka seng BJP da palat shilang votes. Nora kani ula badru ya kerdan kum associate professor na school ba Jawaharlal Nehru University la ni JNU. Wa ka jam ula rungish ka jili politics hadien bula sakhi ya jing ya snam ha Manipur na do menchem snam ha ka ba ula kintho ya sarkar jala badru ka sarkar pedeng ya jing bam la ka jongki banwan ra ya shong suk shong shngan ha ka ni ka jala. Ka jing kran ka bashir hem bat ka baning kong ka jong u kumu MP ka Lok Sabha ka pin pai khmat ya ubun balang na ka daw ka jingwan ra ka jong uwi ki mat ki jura ki bakta om tain ka jala Manipur henry ka than shatei la mihngi hi baro ka we ha ka jingkren ka jong u la kintho ka president jong ka ri ka Draupadi Murmu halor ka jingbam non ra ka jong ka ya ki mat ki bia dei ba ka ji ki Manipur ha ka jingkren lampang ka jong ka yeng dor bar ka ta ka arphnyo trek upnai jliu.
It is an irony that such an important matter which is sought to be silenced gets an opportunity as the midnight hour approaches. Mr. Chairman, I am drawing your attention to the absence of Manipur in the President's address. This is not a simple absence. It is a reminder of a Rashtra Chetna which excludes people. You must realize that more than 60,000 people are languishing in relief camp in wretched conditions for the last 1 year.
Katkum ka jing ong ka jong palan rio pau hajar ngut ki nong Manipur ki sa ki relief camp ha do menta menne la pala chis nem menta bat kani kam de ka kam kai palat ars pa ngut ki brio ki la do e ka jing em ka jong ki ha ka jing ki ha padeng ki chai rio mai te ba ki kuki menta la pala chis nem.
And there has been a civil war-like situations where people are armed to the teeth and roaming around and fighting each other, defending their villages. And the Indian state is a mute spectator to this tragedy for 1 year. I must remind this House that each and every square centimeter of Manipur is covered by a central armed forces. It is one of the most militarized areas in this country where you have more armed policemen than the civil police. Despite this, how is that 60,000 people were rendered homeless and villages in thousands were destroyed?
Haga jingkren ka jong u Akoijam ula pinken mauru ya ka rukom long ka sinshar ka khadar ki por be sinshar phareng haga baulo ong ba kam da don jing ya pher haga rukom long ka sinshar ka khadar minchwa but hadin ba ka India kla yo ka jing lai lui.
And yet, our Prime Minister remained mute, not even a word. And the presidential address did not even mention that. And I said that this silence is not normal. It is a reminder of the fact which many scholars have said, that there is a continuity between colonial and the post-colonial period.
Ulapin pau ka jing sngobinyao halor ka jing sha iehbein ka than shatei lam mihngi ha ka sarkar pedeng bat ong ba ka jing bam kin thup ki jala ka than shatei lam mihngi ha ki got history jong kari India ka gdo shai ya ka jing le bam sit nyo ya ka jing no senyang jong ki pai ba ka ni ka than.
We are talking about the inclusion of the Northeast history after 75 years. That's a classic exclusion. India was an anthropological subject, not a historical subject in the eyes of the colonial forces. And today, the Northeast remains outside of the history of the Indian history textbook. That is why you treat them as the other. And that's the silence. And the silence on the Manipur tragedy is not unique. It is a reflection of this general continuity of the colonial in the post-colonial.
Uloong bagini ki jingle ka sarkar kimya pher ya ka ke balale de ki nong senshar ki por pharing menchwa kata ka colonial mindset lani ka jing shatei ka jing mut ka jing perkhat ka bakum ki nong senshar phareng hang ni colonial kemut ki por ba ke India kadang ha ba ka senshar phareng Akoijam uloong ba ka ni ka rukom perkhat kadang sa haduk menta wat ladang ngilaya le kat kabala ban bretno ya ki benta ki bedon ka nu ka jing ade bat ka jing senshar phareng kum ka jing pentrikam ya ki lai tali ki criminal laws ki batmai ban bujli ya ki an ki barim ki bala thaw na do ki por phareng bat kum ta ter ni kintat ya ka rukom perkhat perdany unong senshar barim Henry hadu minta menne ngim pat la ban rai ka rukom perkhat thamai bat ngidang ya bot hi ka ke bau phareng ulale bat ka jingja Manipur minta ka long thik kum ka jingya pat jang ka India bat ka Pakistan ho snap khat khandai spa sau hunyo ka ta ka pakiong the partition kam don jingya pher aa long Akoijam bat ka ni la ban sakhi ling ba ka jingle ben jong ka sarkar pdeng bat ka jingle bam sit nyo ka jong kai ka jing ut ka jing yam ju ki nong shong shnong ka jila Manipur ka bade ka jila ka khat khandai jang ka ri India.
Colonialism is a state of mind. It is a psychological phenomenon. It is an outlook, the way you look at the people, the way you look at the world. And the fact that this continuity is shown by neglecting the tragedy of a state, which is the 19th state of the Union. It is amazing to see that I get an opportunity as the midnight hour approaches to register this anguish and this hurt of the denial that this country has meted out to its own citizens in the state of Manipur.
Kinda chapangka history jangga jala Manipur. Haki por menchwa ka Manipur ka deka hima bla loi basan shad ki sim balapin phab no eka ka jing sin shad phareng hadin ka jing sha rem no jangka ka thma josnam khat praspa kindai phwe. Lakin thobiaka kum ka jala ka bakhat khandai jangkari India ka khat san tarik uri saw khat khandai spa saw bu khandai haka ba bun ki ba ong bala shupinya so ju por ka bat kari India.
If you hear an anxiety, anguish and pain in my voice, please go back and see those 60,000 people languishing in the relief camp. Don't talk about partition remembrance till you bring that. I would keep quiet the moment the Prime Minister opened his mouth and the Nationalist Party says that Manipur is part of India and we care for the people of that state. Only then I will accept what is nationalism in our face.
Hadin ki jingkin thok ki babun persha yo menti rang ba du ka rin Narendra Modi ringkat ba ka sarkar ka jong u halor ka jing le menti ka jong ki ya ka jingja ka baja Manipur ha ka lai tere ku nai tung u menti rang ba du ka rin Narendra Modi ula yeng ha ka yeng dor ba Rajya Sabha ha ka ba ula kren halor ka jing ki ha Manipur ha ka sin ka baning kong na du pastang ka jing ki ka ta men chem snap
केंद्र और राज्य सरकार सभी से बातचीत करके शांति के लिए सौहार्द रास्ता खोलने के लिए लगातार प्रयास कर रही है। जो भी तत्व मणिपुर की आग में घी डालने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, मैं उनसे आगाह करता हूं कि ये हरकतें बंद करें। एक समय आएगा मणिपुर ही उनको रिजेक्ट करने वाला है, ऐसे लोगों को।
Lano kani ka jeng kan at ba ka jeng ki Manipur kan kun ki ai ki sin jam ki ba sarkar kan shim ban wan ra ka shong suk shong shnga ha ka jala ha to ka than shatei la mihngi kadang sha iehbein mo ha ka sarkar hang te ya po Delhi ya ki ni baro tang ka por hi kan batai lada pidan kino ki jing ka li la ni ki jing ai jing mud halor ka nu ka man pila ban pen pawe ki ha comment section ha po wat klet ban like share ban subscribe ya ka ni ka channel ka jongi ne tat hadu ko ba ka por ngadi iban ki mauri na ka banta u forefront media